In an overlooked corner on a housing estate in the Irish town of Tuam is a small garden. Locals call it the Children's Graveyard, and it marks the place where young friends made a gruesome discovery in 1975.
A concrete type chamber, like a hole, and the concrete slab over it, and the bones that just seemed to be there. As 10 and 12-year-old children, we weren't supposed to come across this.
And you could tell that they were the bones of children.
Yeah. We knew there were bones, and we knew there was that of, either children or infants because they were small.
The site was blessed and then closed, but now the government is opening an investigation.
You have Patrick Duran.
After historian Catherine Corliss said she has death records of nearly 800 children from a home for unwed mothers at this site. She says those records date from 1925 to 1961, but there are no burial records. She believes those children may be buried here. The Catholic Bon Secours sisters ran the home in Tuam until 1961. Corliss says when she asked for burial records last year, she was told none existed.
I cannot understand why there isn't a burial record for 796 little precious children. They range in age from a few hours old to a few days. Some of them are 18 months, 10 months, year and a half, 2 years, 2.5, right up to the age of 9.
The sisters issued a statement to CNN saying all records have been released to the government. Their statement goes on to say they welcome the recent government announcement to initiate an investigation in an effort to establish the full truth of what happened.
The actual shape was...
By comparing maps and building a model of the home, Corliss now believes the children may have been secretly buried next to a disused sewage tank on the property.
The truth needs to come out anyway. If these children aren't in this area here where the tank was, if they're not in this burial ground, they're not accounted for, the 796 children with no burial records. And we need to find out, where are they?
The government is considering whether to excavate the site. The Tuam case has sparked such public outrage that the government says it will also investigate all of Ireland's mother and children homes to, quote, shine a light on a dark period from the past. All that remains of the home now is a wall. A children's playground stands in its place, but even without records, there are still living reminders. John Rogers was born here and later adopted, but he says his mother never forgot him.
She cut off a lock of my hair as a memento the day that we were separated in this very ground, in this institution with the wall there behind me. And she vowed that someday we'd be reunited and that nobody, state or church, could separate what God had put together. And 30 years later, when we were finally reunited, I was 36 years of age. She gave this lock of hair, presented it to my beautiful wife, and 3 children.
John says he was one of the lucky ones.
Otherwise, I might have ended up in the graveyard, just over here. There, but for the grace of God, go I.
Residents say even if the mystery is never solved, they want a memorial garden, naming each of the children who may be buried here, ensuring they will never be forgotten.